Hello everyone, my novella is called Family in War, and it is an autobiography that will showcase the early parts of my life. In this story, I described how I moved from Jordan to Iraq during a period of war, while also mentioning my parents' divorce in small details throughout the story. It takes place in Jordan and Iraq as the protagonist moves between those two countries. The main conflict I highlight is the one between the people of Iraq and their struggle with war, and how such environment manages to change people. The protagonist that I use in my story is an early version of myself, where I moved from one country to another, specifically from Jordan to Iraq, while facing some changes with the world around me and trying to adapt to them. Since I'm recalling a lot of events from memory, and the story is set from the time when I was very young, I needed some background information and detail. For that reason, I asked some of my relatives and people who were present with us during the time of the story. Their information helped me develop a visual representation about the environment, setting, and the characters in my story. The main historical event that is occurring at the time at which this story is set is the war in Iraq during 2003. This war was started because the US believed that Iraq had its hands on weapons of mass destruction. The war caused a lot of chaos in Iraq, and its aftermath is still visible. The three main historical fiction elements that I'm going to be explaining are theme, world building, and dialogue. For the theme, I chose it to be how people develop, change, and adapt while living under a restricted environment. For world building, my story is set in Iraq, which was suffering from a war that would result in destruction and a bad environment that was full of soldiers. And for the dialogue, I tried to not overuse it and only use it when I wanted to portray emotion. As such in the example, "Nothing to worry about, Habibi, just stick with me and inshallah everything will be fine," my mother replied. I sensed the fear and anxiety in her voice as she carried the weight of my protection on her shoulders.